Oh, what's going on, everybody? This is Ian with the Getting Work Pod. Finally able to get back on. I was able to pop in briefly, and then all of a sudden, everything decided it was time for me not to stream for a little bit. The NFL draft is here. This is honestly like a holiday for me, as far as I'm concerned. With draft night for the NFL and NBA are both two of my favorite nights of the year. A lot of fun. Really excited. I'm a Giants fan, as you can tell probably from the background there, but it's an exciting time for everybody, no matter where you are as a football fan. If you are a Giants fan, you have tons to be excited about. If you're a Steelers fan, you're probably sitting there at this point waiting and hoping that actually the pick just came in. So maybe did they get a quarterback? They may have got their quarterback of the future, possibly. Everybody has a chance. This is the night that everybody has a chance. You feel, oh, we're one pick away. If we get this guy, if he falls, there's that excitement for everybody, every football fan that's out there. That's the best thing about draft night. Same thing for the NBA. We'll get to that in June. But tonight, it's all NFL. Really excited about it. So the picks have been popping in. They've been coming in quite a bit, actually a little faster than I expected, to be honest with you. There we go. Let me scroll up just a little bit so we can see it. The number one pick, Trayvon Walker, went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was actually a surprise, I would say. I didn't see them getting him. He's mega talented. If you were carving out a football player, that's the guy you build. I mean, he super talent, big, fast. The only problem I have with him is, honestly, he didn't produce. There weren't the numbers for him, but his upside is tantalizing. I mean, if you're Jacksonville, you have to take him. He's your number one pick. He's probably got some of the highest upside of anybody in the draft, to be honest with you. Aiden Hutchinson is the polished product. He's where Trayvon Walker could get up to, and honestly, Trayvon he has the ability to pass Hutchinson, to be honest. Hutchinson is the polished thing. He knows exactly how to do it. He knows how to do the hand placement. He knows how to throw people off of him. He knows how to power any rushing ability. He knows how to do it. So I know there's a pick getting ready to come in. I think the Steelers are actually getting ready to pick. So before I go to anybody else, the Steelers. Okay, so the Steelers are about to pick. So let's see who they go and get at this point. They will have. We're talking about the immaculate reception for the Steelers right now. Franco Harris on this stage. Do they go get their quarterback? Let's see. All right, Franco Harris is going to do the pick. His Sith is around. Here's your boys. Let's see who you get, man. All right, the 20th pick. Wow, they took Kenny Pickett. So they got their quarterback. I was waiting to see who they were going to go get. They went and got Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. How are you feeling? Steeler fans, how are you feeling? Oh my goodness. All right. He is all in his feelings right now. His head's down. He's on the phone. All you see is a head of hair. Like Cousin It right now. No, that's awesome. Heck yeah. So the Steelers get their quarterback of the future, Kenny Pickett. He doesn't have to go far. I mean, hey, he played for the Pitt Panthers, I believe. So that's not that far of a drive for him. I mean, that's actually really cool, actually. So Kenny Pickett, quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's going to take over for Ben Roethlisberger. A lot of big shoes to fill for sure. That's exciting. That's exciting. So one of friends of the stream, Sith, if you're on, hope you're excited about that. Running around your house going, let's go. Jumping back up, cover kind of who's been picked so far. Number 3, Derek Stingley Jr. That was a little bit of a surprise for me, to be honest with you. Right before the draft, probably the last few days, there's been a lot of talk about him coming out as the for that pick for Houston. They liked him over Gardner. The only thing about, Stingley fits everything except, boy, does he get hurt a lot. I mean, he's been hurt almost constantly. Mega talent. Anything you want in the corner, size, got it. Speed, got it. Can run with guys, tackle well. He can do all of those things. He just couldn't stay healthy. That's the biggest knock that I have on him. As far as talent, you can't question his talent in any way, shape, or form. Can't question his talent. The guy right behind him, though, Sauce Gardner. Hey, and he just needs to walk in and say one thing: he's never allowed a touchdown in college. It's college, grant you, but was he 6'3"? His nickname's Sauce. He covers everybody. It's what it is. He walked out with his he walked out. He had his bling on. He had Sauce was all diamond out. And it had just the word sauce, and it had it dripping down, it all in diamonds. And he had a little bottle of sauce as well. It was all diamonds and everything. So he's basically spent his first paycheck already, or probably his first couple of paychecks on that alone. But good for him. Hey, he's going to the New York Jets. That's probably not as good for him, but you can't question him. He's cover corner. He is the shutdown corner in every sense of the word. Never allowed a touchdown in man-to-man coverage. 4 years or 3. Can't remember if he started for 4 years or not. But you can't knock a guy. So you can't knock that pick. But this is going to be the Giants portion of the draft. I'm completely going fan mode at this point. The New York Giants selected the best player in the draft. This is just call this what it is. Kayvon Thibodeau. Let's go. And we got the best player in the draft. Before the draft process started, Thibodeau was the guy. I gotta update. Just noticed I gotta update my other screen here real quick. Thibodeau was the man. Before I get into him, let me do a quick update and update who is picking. The Chiefs are picking now, so let me switch that around. Just got so excited. I got to the Giants pick finally, so. All right, so the Chiefs pick. Yeah, the Chiefs have their pick in. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't have those switching on. Kayvon Thibodeau is the best pass rusher in the draft. Come at me. He is. He does all of the things. That whole thing about the worst knock they had on him was, well, he wants to promote himself. Doesn't everybody? Who doesn't want to promote themselves? That's a good thing. The best way he can become a brand is just been the biggest knock. The best way he could become a brand, very simple. Be the best football player. Be the star of New York City. If you're the star of New York, you know what you can get? A lot of brand name. You can get every endorsement, you name it. Don't be a complete idiot off the field. You're gonna be able to sell. If you can talk moderately, and he clearly could. It was a nice moment. They had a Make-A-Wish, one of the kids from Make-A-Wish, and he was the one that announced the pick. He was that guy was more keyed up than I think Thibodeau was. He comes out, and of course, Kayvon comes and gives a big hug to the commissioner like normal, and the kid comes over and gives him some dap and is pumped. The kid is pumped up, and Thibodeau immediately just went right with him, is yelling with him and stuff. That was cool to see. That's always a good quick judge of character in a moment where he could be so focused on himself and things like that. That was a nice moment to see. But best player, Looks like the Chiefs, they take Trent McDuffie. Trent McDuffie. All right, corner. Corner out of Washington. I want to say he's like 5'10", 5'11". I think he's 5'11". Cover corner, Kansas City Chiefs. That means Green Bay is up on the clock. Let's see. Green Bay. Do we have it? There they are. Yeah, so Green Bay's on the clock here. I won't keep going on about Kayvon. But heck yeah, let's go. We got a pass rusher finally. We actually gonna do something on that side of the ball too. The 6th pick. I was expecting a trade, to be honest with you, right at this point. I was expecting them to make a trade, but the Panthers took Akeem Ekwonu. He might be the best tackle. He's a little short for a tackle. But I mean, he has everything else. He grabs people, he throws them around. They go wherever he tells them to go. There's no question what he is. Road grader personified. No problem with him. Honestly, it was between him and Evan Neal as far as the guy that I wanted the Giants to get. I flipped a coin by the end of it. Ekwonu, you can't question that dude. If you ever watch any highlights of offensive linemen and don't understand hand placement and things like that, and I don't get all of that myself, but offensive line at the end of the day is supposed to make a path for the running back to run through and make sure nobody gets to the quarterback. That's the super short version of it, right? He does those two things in spades. If it's a running play, his man is 5, 6, 7, 10 yards downfield or laying on his back, and he's gone on. One of those two. Like, those were the two things that happened with them. Pass plays, the same thing. He's not as polished of a pass protector as some other guys like Cross, who got drafted a little bit later on. Not quite as polished, but all the ability is there. So good pick for the Panthers. So it looks like this pick is in. So Green Bay, I'm gonna do a quick pause after this for Green Bay as soon as their pick is in. And I do know that there was I need to update a couple of things as well on here for the draft results. The trades were hard to try to keep up with as far as this, so I'm gonna change those around here as well. Let's see, who did the Packers take? They're talking. They say the pick is. It always cracks me up. They say the pick is in about 20 minutes before they actually announce it. All right, so the pick is in. The Green Bay Packers will take. Let's see who it is. Do they take a wide receiver finally? Will they take a wide receiver finally? Let's see. It's only been like 20 years, 18, 19 years, something like that, since they took a wide receiver in the first round. Aaron Rodgers is like, please, keep trading all my people away. I need a receiver. All right, so here's the pick. Let's see what we got. What do we have? They took Quay Walker, a linebacker. They take a linebacker. I mean, anybody from the Georgia defense you can't argue with getting drafted. Quay Walker. All right. No wide receiver. They do have a second first rounder, I believe, if they haven't traded it away. I haven't kept up with all of the trades. I will have to see. Do they pick? Yeah, I couldn't see if they still have. I think they had picked 29 still, so they could still take a wide receiver. But hey, Quay Walker, you can't argue with him. He is a heck of a player. Again, one of those way up, a whole lot of upside with this guy. Didn't always produce, though. He wasn't, I mean, not produce as in he didn't do anything. He was on one of the best defenses, if not the best defense ever in college football. So he's the high upside guy. It's his teammate that's next to him, Kobe Dean. He's just not as big, but he did all the stuff. All the stuff. Tackles got it. Called defense got it. Called out any audibles, etc. on defense got it. That was him. He's just not as big. So, height and size matter. So, anyhow, I'm going to do a quick pause, get everything updated here as well. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. How are you feeling as fans, as football fans, as sports fans? Honestly, you don't even have to be a football fan. You can feel the excitement. Like I said, draft is always an exciting night. It's a little bit of the Christmas morning thing for everybody. You open up the presents. We got this guy. We got that guy. He can do this. He can do that. Whoa, we're just that one player away. Everybody has hope. And it's always great to have that. So, all right. Quick pause for the cause. I will be back here shortly, get everything updated, and see you in a bit. now heading to Philadelphia as a Giants fan. But so Tennessee took Traylon Burks with the number 18 pick. But I'll get to that in just a minute. I had stopped at the number 6 pick. I talked about Akeem Ekwonu just a little bit ago. Like I said, heck of an offensive lineman. But as a Giants fan, I got to talk about this next pick, Evan Neal. The Giants came out of this draft with Evan Neal, very arguably the best offensive lineman. Arguably. Before the draft process started, he was like the creme de la creme, should have maybe goes number 1, etc., etc. That guy. They take him, all 6'7", 340 pounds of him. He's like the most in shape 340-pound person I've ever seen, to be honest with you. He's like, he's better in a suit than I do. And Kayvon Thibodeau, who was rated as the best player coming into the draft at 5 and 7. Man, I'm glad Gettleman's gone. Let me just say, as a Giants fan, this is, again, like I said at the beginning of this is the night that everybody feels like they have hope, right? This is that moment. There's a lot of excitement. Every fan, especially teams that haven't been very good lately, like this guy's team. But to be able to come out with Evan Neal, the Giants need every offensive lineman they can get. I mean, if you've ever played offensive line at all ever in your life, high school, little league, whatever, it doesn't matter. Maybe call them up because they could possibly use your abilities. Their line has been dreadful for a long, long time. At least 5 years, 6, 7 years. When was the last time we won a Super Bowl? Right. That's how long it's been since we had an offensive lineman. So it looks like the Cowboys, have they made the pick yet? No, they haven't. Okay, so the Cowboys are on the clock right now. They're on the clock right now. They are... Yeah, so the Cowboys are on the clock right this second. Still 3 minutes. They still got 3 minutes. I am surprised. Has Jermaine Johnson gone yet? He hasn't. Oh, man, I hope they don't take him. He could be something. Jermaine Johnson, he's mega talented. Defensive end, edge rusher. Still old school. It's defensive end. There's no edge rusher. What's this edge rusher thing? No, he's an edge rusher. Speed guy, go get the quarterback from Florida State. Ton of talent. That's the guy I would think is going. I just noticed that he was still on the board. I'm watching out the corner of my eye, watching the TV, seeing who's getting picked as well. You can't stream this type of stuff. There's that whole copyright thing. What in the world does Nakobe Dean have on his head? Nakobe Dean is dressed. He's dressed up. I'll let you see it. You have to go. You just have to go see. Go see what Nakobe Dean is wearing for the draft. I don't know if I feel bad for him because I don't know if he's going to go in the first round or not. I would love for him to slide to the second round. The Giants took him. If the Giants somehow, some way got Nakobe Dean with the guys that they've gotten yeah, let's go. Let's roll. Anyhow. All right, so the Dallas pick is in. Before I go talk about Drake London to the Falcons, let me give this just a little bit. It's always a little tough when you're streaming it live. All right, let's see. Who do they take? Those Cowboys. Yeah, I am surprised that Jermaine Johnson is still there. That's such a Cowboys pick. It really is. Yeah, this could be. All right, so the Cowboys are coming up. They will pick number 24, and they will take Tyler Smith. Wow. Okay. That's not a Cowboys pick. Wow. Okay. Offensive line. Tulsa. Good for Tyler. That is, I don't know what Jermaine Johnson did, but wow. All right. Hey, Tyler Smith. You can't argue with the man. The man's a big guy. He's 6'5", 6'5", 3, not 2. 325, 324, 325, depending on which one I'm looking at here. He's a mauler. He's not going to be a problem. Dallas has had problems on their line. Their line is usually beast. They're very good at picking offensive linemen. It's one thing usually is a strength of theirs. They haven't been quite as good as they had been in the past for sure. So I can see, to a degree, I can understand it, but I'm a little surprised they don't. That's really just not one of those types of pick. That's not a Cowboys pick at all. Huh. That might be a good thing for him as a Giants fan. I hope not, but either way. So Tyler Smith goes to Dallas Cowboys. Hopping back up, the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons had to take a wide receiver, didn't they? I mean, they don't have any. As much as I talked about the Giants and their offensive line, if you've ever played offensive line, you should go maybe try out for the Giants. Same applies if you've ever played wide receiver. At any level, you should try to go maybe hit up the Atlanta Falcons because they do not have anybody play a wide receiver right now. Ridley is out for the year, and I couldn't name the second next guy down the line. Yeah, I could, but they need help. They went and got a guy. Went and got another, as he said, a twin tower. Drake London. He's big, tall, lanky wide receiver, good speed. Him and Kyle Pitts for Atlanta. They both will. They're definitely the twin towers. He's just going to throw it up there. Mariota is going to just toss it up there and hope somebody goes get it. He's going to go flying out of bounds or go get it with him. Seattle went and got Charles Cross. This is a good pick. This is a really good pick. Honestly, he's one of the guys I thought the Giants might take. Charles Cross is one heck of a pass blocker. He's one of those guys that if you kind of trace out a person who's playing offensive line, he might be the guy that you basically come out with. Heck of a talent. Like I said, big, strong pass. He's a pass blocker. He's learning to run block. But honestly, of the two, I would think pass blocking. This is not to knock anybody. I'm not an expert when it comes to offensive line by any stretch. But I would think pass blocking is more strategic and harder to learn, is basically it. If you have that down, run blocking should be see the guy in front of you or the guy that you're supposed to pull and go this way, just knock him over. Move him out the way. I mean, that's pretty much run blocking in a nutshell. But heck of a talent. Big, strong. You couldn't ask for more. You couldn't ask for more, especially for Seattle. Seattle's clearly rebuilding. Get all the pieces in there. Then worry about your quarterback. They traded Russell Wilson. They got a bunch of draft picks. This is how you build your team up. Don't go get your quarterback first. That's just a bad idea. Get him killed. You go get a great quarterback and no offensive line. See Daniel Jones. See David Carr, or not, is David? Yeah, David Carr back in the day when he was with Houston, number 1 pick, no offensive line. Got sacked 50 times in a season. It was something crazy like that too. So then the JETSs, they went and got the wide receiver. They got the first wide receiver off the board, and they basically started the run. So Garrett Wilson, the Jets at number 10 took Garrett Wilson. Again, you can't argue with anything about Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson he goes up and gets the ball. What else can you ask for a wide receiver? Throw it up high and he can go get it. They show this one clip of him just jumping where he jumps up over one of the Clemson cornerback. I can't think of his name right now. Clemson corner. Wilson goes up, and basically his thigh is about where that guy's head is just to catch the ball. I mean, he's absolutely an athlete, super athlete. That's what you want, wide receiver. They should be your best athletes on your team. Wide receiver and corner. Wide receivers are corners that can catch. That's sort of the difference between the two. But they should be your most athletic guy, and he fits the bill. So the Jets, they needed a guy to be able to go throw and go get him. The next pick was Chris Olave. I'll be honest with you, I don't know a ton about him. I did not see him play as much. Olave is, I know he was at Ohio State. I didn't lock in on him quite as much. But basically, he's not the speedster. He's not the downfield guy. I believe he's the route runner. I think that's the right one. I may have him switched up in my head, to be honest with you, before I say that. But yeah, so I don't know a ton about him. But that's who New Orleans went and got at number 11. Detroit made a trade. Detroit traded with an in division rival. Went and got from Minnesota and went and got maybe the best wide receiver, depending on how that knee is, in the class. And that's Jameis Winston. Winston. See, I always want to say that every time I say his name. I get to Jameis and it's like Winston. No, Jameis Williams. He is the one. Heck of a, oh man, this guy has all of the talent, all of it. Speed, fast, he can catch, you name it, he can do it. He's got a bad knee though. He blew out his knee in ACL tear in the championship game. Hope he comes back healthy. If he comes back healthy, and honestly, the NFL teams, they're not dumb. They're going to do their research. They're going to do their work. If they're not, then they are, and they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. So they're getting all the medicals and things like that. ACL used to be a death nail in the league. It's not anymore. People come back. He'll be back maybe this season, probably this season. It's always hard for me to say a guy's going to come back from an ACL tear in football, no less, in the same season. Excuse me, in the same calendar year. And yet somehow he is going to do that. So can't argue with him. Heck of a talent. So the Ravens pick is in. All right, let's see. So the Ravens. Ravens pick is in 25th. Oh wow, oh shoot, I was hoping he would slide through. Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa. He is the big offensive lineman. He's the center. Centers don't usually go in the first round, but the guy is a mega talent. The Ravens. Man, that's a heck of a pick. So the Ravens go get Tyler, let me spell his name out here real quick before I mess it up. Linder. Oh, it is. And Linder, B-A-U-N. Linderbaum. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the Ravens, that's a really good pick, especially for this late. Anytime you take a center in the first round, that's usually a little dicey. So it looks like the Titans are on the clock. Titans have made some crazy trades today. Yeah, Tyler Linderbaum is athletic center. Pushes again. Center's one of the most important guys on your O line. He's got to be. I hate to say the smartest, as if everybody else is dumb, but he does have to be the smartest of a bunch of smart people. He's got to be the one looking at the defense, calling out the right calls for the. You can really go wrong if you have a center that's not good. I don't care how good the rest of the offensive linemen are. It really won't matter. So, wow, that's a heck of a pick. Like I said, I was hoping he was going to slide. I was really pulling for him to slide. I tell you, there's some amazing talent still left. So 25 picks in. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks before the first round is over. Dean is still out there. Jermaine Johnson's still out there. I mean, yeah, there's so much talent just still sitting out there. Like Sky Moore. There are a lot of people that are out there. I don't think Devin Lloyd has been picked. Devin Lloyd's linebacker from Utah. I don't think he hasn't gone. Wow. Yeah, there's so much talent just sitting out there right now. Karloftis, I don't think. George from Purdue. I wasn't impressed with him, to be honest with you. He's one of those solid but not impressive, not scary impressive ability as a pass rush. Your big strong defensive end. That's not my type of end. I want a guy. I want the flash. Jared will pick on me a lot of times he's like, you always want this flashy player and stuff like that. But have the Jets made a trade? I think the Jets made a trade. The Jets are on the clock right now. Sorry, hang on just a second. Let's see. So the Jets make the trade. Whoa. All right. So the Jets trade with... Got who they traded with. Did I say Tennessee? I think it was Tennessee that was in right there. Wow. Is somebody coming up to get Jermaine Johnson? Still surprised he's out there. That's crazy right there. Wow. All right, so the Jets are picking. They keep saying the pick is in, so I keep stopping like there's no reason for me to go through cover any of the other picks yet. All right, let's see who is... They keep saying the pick is in, so it looks like they're walking to the podium. All right, so here we go. Jets are picking. 26th pick, they made the deal. They will take... Wow, yeah, they got Jermaine Johnson. Wow. The Jets are having one heck of a... What in the world is he wearing? Look like he attacked the... All right. Jermaine Johnson with his... Hey, he should have gotten drafted by the Steelers, I gotta tell you. He is wearing some gold and black. He's got... You gotta go look up what Jermaine Johnson is wearing. He's got this yellow jacket with basically black flowers, but like big print black flowers on it. I can't wear it. Good for him. Glad he is. Jermaine Johnson. Yeah, so let's see. Let me see if I can find him real quick and drop his name on there. I think it's spelled exactly like it sounds. All right, so the I'm gonna tell you, the Jets have had one heck of a draft. They You're a Jets fan. You got to be pumped right now. You got Jermaine Johnson. There was talk of him going in the top 10. Heck of a talent. He's an edge rusher. He is your pass rushing personified. You put him and Sauce. Woo. Went and got your young quarterback a new toy in Garrett Wilson. Jets should be happy. Man, Jets fans should be really happy right now. I'm a Giants fan, and I'm like, that's pretty good. I can't. Have the Jets had the best draft so far? I mean, it's easy to say that when you've had so many picks as well. They got 3 picks in the first round, so it's always a little tough to say that. But I mean, there's talk that Jermaine Johnson was a top 10 guy. If that's the case, and they took the other 2 guys who were top 10 guys as well. I mean, walking home with 3 of the top 10 players in the draft, you can't really argue with that. That's hard. That's hard to say that you've done better. Someone's done better than that. Yeah, I'm really impressed. It's still just so much talent that is out here. So yeah, they got Sauce Gardner with the number 3 pick. I mean, with the number 4 pick. Sorry about that. And with the number 10 pick, they got Garrett Wilson. And now trading up number 26 to go get Jermaine Johnson. Yeah, Jets have had a heck of a draft. So, moving on, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles, number 13, they made a trade. This was a lot of trading, a lot of shuffling in this part of the draft. Everybody was like, hey, we found the trade button. Let's just mash that away. So they went and took possibly the biggest, strongest player in the draft, Jordan Davis from those Georgia Bulldogs. The guy is 6'6", 360 pounds. What can't he do? He's probably not a real big pass rusher. But boy, is this one of Jared's favorite guys. There's no way. He doesn't know it, but this is one of Jared's favorite guys. Jared always talks about the sheriff. He wants the 2 big sheriffs in the middle. 2 guys in the middle of the defense on the line that everybody has to go around. The water just has to part. They don't go forward necessarily, but they don't go backwards either. They just stay where everything else has to flow around them. This guy is 6'6", 360 pounds. He doesn't go backwards. He goes wherever he wants to go. He's not a pass rusher. He is a run stopper supreme. He is a nose tackle if they ever chiseled out one. The guy's massive. I'm not looking forward to the Giants playing him, to be perfectly honest. I'm not crazy about the fact that he'll be in the division. But that's a heck of a pick for the Eagles. The Eagle fans should be really excited about that. Baltimore, this is a Baltimore pick right here. Defense, right? When I think safety, I think explosive playmaking safety. There's one guy and one guy alone that always pops in my mind, and that's Ed Reed. I'm a Giants fan. I had to watch them in the Super Bowl beat up on us. Ed Reed is, if I ever can picture a safety, and that's what I want, it's Ed Reed. That's the guy. The Baltimore Ravens might have got the successor to Ed Reed finally. This is Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton might have been the best. He's definitely the best safety. He was one of the top 5 players overall. Some people had him even as high as 1. I don't know if you can do that. There was talk about him. He should have been a top 5 pick on talent alone. Ran a slow combine, things like that. Wasn't quite as fast. You can't argue with the guys. If you watch him on tape, he plays fast. You don't see him getting beat because of speed being an issue. He makes all the tackles. He's big, lanky, 6'4", I think. You can't knock this guy. Heck of a pick. Then Houston, excuse me. Houston I want to say they traded. This is their trade back. Yeah, they traded back with Philly. So they were up closer to the top. I think they were 13th, and they dropped back to 15. Anyhow, they went and got Keon Green Green, so let me pull up his bio real quick just to kind of make sure that. So yeah, Keon Green, excuse me, 325 pounds right off. That's what I was trying to look at. I couldn't remember how much he weighed. O lineman, he's an O lineman. Big, strong, again, one of those guys, if you looked and said, let me draw up what an offensive lineman looks like, he looks the part. Big, strong guy, very athletic. He can play. He's a bit of a tweener, though. He's not quite a tackle. He's not quite a guard. He's like a little bit too skilled to be a guard, but not quite skilled enough to be a tackle. He's a little bit of a tweener. But in a way, he could play. That means he's versatile, too. He could play either position. I don't want to say he's not talented enough to be a tackle, but he's just not as smooth and fluid. A little stockier than tackles tend to be. Heck of a player, though. You can't. I mean, obviously, these are all NFL players, right? They're all heck of players. So it's a little redundant for me to keep saying that, but he is. I mean, really good player. Not on the. He's the tier down. He's not Evan Neal. You know, he's not Evan Neal. He's not Charles Cross. He's not Icky. He's not any of those guys. But he's not far behind him. He's that notch just below them. But they're also picking 15th at this point, so you can't really knock it. Let me also switch over. The Jaguars were picking. Sorry about that. I didn't update. So they're picking number 27. It looks like they are now. All right, so Tampa Bay was who was here. Right, but there's so many trades in this draft. I mean, so many trades. There's nothing but little brackets all over this draft board for me. All right, so here's the pick. Jacksonville, number 27. Devin Lloyd. I was wondering when he was going to go because he's an outstanding linebacker. He's the best he might be the best linebacker in the draft. Yeah, it just shows position value wise, that just shows how far these guys have fallen. Linebacker, if this was the 80s, he might have been the number 2 or 3 pick, honestly. He's that kind of good. But linebacker isn't really, it's not sought after like it used to be. Especially this particular line. He's more of an inside, a little bit of an outside linebacker as well, but he's more of a true linebacker, not an edge rusher, not a big speed, gonna go run, make. He's the guy you want, and if you're a fantasy football person, he's the guy you want that makes a lot of tackles. He's gonna be that guy. He won't get you a lot of sacks, but he can get you a ton of tackle. He cleans up everything. Yeah, you can't. That's a good pick. Jacksonville. So Jacksonville making a heck of a. I'm still surprised to hop off of the. But yeah, Devin Lloyd to Jacksonville at number 27 after trading with Tampa Bay. So many trades in this draft. So the Packers are up next. Looks like the Packers are up. Yeah, so the Packers are up. And it says the pick is in as well. They're coming. They're just back to back to back to back. All right, so let's see who is. All right, so they say that pick is in. So I'm gonna hang back for just a second and see who the Packers take. Are the Packers finally gonna take? Is this the day? Is this the moment? Are the Packers gonna actually take a wide receiver? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is phoning them now, saying, "Now's the time, guys. Make it happen, Captain." All right, let's see. A lot of drunk people in Jacksonville right now. Let me just tell you, because they had them on screen. Well, not in Jacksonville. They're in Las Vegas, but fans of Jacksonville, they've they've had a sip or two. And one lady looked like she was getting ready to just fall out. All right, so the Packers. All right, one thing says they're on the clock. Another one says the pick is in. We don't know. Let's see before they cut away. All right. Well, while they're doing that, the Washington team Commanders. That's gonna take a while. That does not roll off the tongue. Let me tell you, the Washington football team might have been better. Yeah, I know NFC East and all. Uh, John Dotson. They got a speedy wide receiver. He's all of 5'11", so he's little. He's a little guy, but I mean you can't knock. He can go up and get the ball against the big. He takes shots over the middle. Ton of speed. He makes all the catches. If it gets near him, it's his. And as a wide receiver, it really doesn't matter how tall you are. If you can catch the ball in traffic, quick, can route run, does it matter? No. So, heck of a football player, of course. That's my. If we're gonna start a drinking game, if I say heck of a football player, that's everybody take a shot. Um, but so yeah, Jahan Dotson goes to the Washington Commanders, and they gonna. All right, so they are still holding right here. I think he's walking up. The commissioner's walking up to the podium now. Maybe he's considering walking up to the podium. All right, I'm gonna do. I'll tell you what. While we're doing that, I will do a quick pause for the cause and be back in just a second. Actually, no. Oh, hang on. Maybe they're walking out. I'll do a pause after this then. All right, let's see who they're gonna take. Looked like he was going to knock the podium down. That's a big boy right there. Good lord. All right. Let's see. Who are they taking? They're doing a lot of talking, waiting for this pick. Andrew Whitworth. So I had the sound turned down so I can't actually, it won't play off a stream. So I have to guess as to what is being said. I think he was the NFL Man of the Year. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's the Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner. That's what he's talking. So he's doing a little bit of a talk about being that what it represents, things like that. So I thought that he was actually going to do the pick. That was all. They've done that a few times in this draft. They sort of have commercials right in the middle of the draft during the draft. It was bad earlier. At least this one has to do with the NFL. They had one that was just about Amazon. Amazon Prime Video now having football games on. I think it's Thursday nights. Clearly, the commercial did not work because I wasn't paying attention. All right, so Devontae Wyatt from Georgia. Georgia has had. They just might have just rolled them in. This is a very Bulldogs oriented draft so far. So Devontae Wyatt, he is going to the Packers. The Packers continue the streak of not drafting a wide receiver in the first round. I mean, unless they make a trade back up or something like that, they are not getting a. There is still no wide receiver in the first round. So Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle, he played next to that big guy, Jordan Davis. He played right next to him. So he is a little more of the push to the Davis stone that would not move. Defensive tackle, good, much better of a pass rusher than Davis ever was, but he's like I said, he's the speed and ability next to him. I'm going to do a quick pause for the cause, like I said just a few minutes ago, and we will come and wrap up the last 1, 2, 3. We have 4 picks. We're almost done. We're almost there. First round of the NFL draft just about over with. So I will do a quick pause for the cause and be back in a sec. All right, the picks keep on rolling, don't they? Two picks left in the first. Two picks, 31 and 32. And actually, number 32 has been switched. I forgot about that. So Minnesota is now picking back here with Detroit trading that pick away. So Cincinnati and Minnesota are the last two teams that will be picking. Kansas City just took George Karlaftis from Purdue. Big, strong defensive end. Excuse me. Not really the pass. He's strong. He's solid. He's a good defensive end. He doesn't have the pass rushing flair that I would look for personally. But you got to have those types of guys. He's going to be really strong. Think like Patrick Kearney. I'm a UVA fan, so Patrick Kearney is going to be one of those guys that I remember. Really good. Does all the things well, nothing great. And nothing. He's not going to blow you away with his first step or anything like that. But good, strong defensive end. You can't argue it. Kansas City doesn't need much. I mean, that's why they're picking. That's why they're picking down here, right? They're not going to need a ton of stuff. But heck of an ability. Really, really good player. So the little bit of a surprise to me was Cole Strange. He's a guard. It's New England, right? Bill Belichick did something odd and unique. That's and it was, water is wet and the sky is blue. Those are all the headlines that would go along with New England doing something kind of interesting, unusual, strange even. Cole Strange, big, strong offensive guard. He's exactly what you expect him to be. He went to a smaller school, Chattanooga. He bounced around a little bit, but I think he was with the Air Force originally, and then I think he went to Chattanooga. I believe that's the same one. I had to look that just to make sure. For some reason that's sticking in my head. I got to go look to be sure about that. Just going back up, I think when I was logging out, Devontae Wyatt was the one from Green Bay. He went to Green Bay. Again, that Georgia defense getting represented well. When you're one of the best defenses perhaps of all time in college football, you're going to represent yourself quite well in the draft the next year. So yet another one. It goes to Green Bay. I believe I had gotten up to the Chargers, just kind of catching everybody up. I'm just about at the point where I'm going to kind of catch up with everything. Zion Johnson for the Chargers. Chargers need offensive line. They went and got one of the better ones in the draft. Zion Johnson's a big boy. That's a big boy right there. He is made to do one thing. He is a pass. He is an offensive lineman. Again, not at the top tier of this draft class. He's not. Again, I hate to keep saying him first, but hey, Evan Neal. He's not Evan Neal. He's not Icky. He's not Cross. But again, he's in that sort of next tier down with the Kenyon Greens and those that you could kind of toss him and go, that one's better. This one. The fact is, he's going to be one heck of a play. They need to have offensive linemen. That's the type of thing that they're missing. They're not far off. The Chargers, not far away. Then one of the big trades, the big trade that I talked about just a little bit. Tennessee trades A.J. Brown. That's why I wanted the top wide receivers, especially if you're a fantasy player, to the Philadelphia Eagles. Not happy about that. But he's going to the Philadelphia Eagles, and in turn, they get number 18 and third rounder as well. And they go get Treylon Burks, which is basically almost a clone of AJ Brown. I think I said AJ Brown earlier. It should be AJ Brown. AJ Brown's the one that got traded, not AJ Green. AJ Brown from Tennessee got traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Tennessee then drafted his exact replacement. So if you're in fantasy football, dynasty leagues, get your pen and paper out. You might want to take Burks a little early. For those that are in my league, pay no attention to that part. I was just kidding. You shouldn't take him. You shouldn't take him at all. New Orleans was after that. They had done a lot of trading before the draft. They went and got Trevor Penning. They need offensive line. I mean, he's the best tackle left on the board. All right, so before I go any further, though, the Bengals are picking The Bengals, the AFC champion Bengals. That's just so weird to say. Let's see. They take Daxton Hill. I'm a little surprised, I'll be honest with you. They need offensive line, right? I guess they just don't see anybody still there that's... All right, Daxton Hill it is. That is kind of a little surprising. He played for the Wolverines. He was on the team with AJ Hutchinson. I'm kind of surprised. All right, well, it's not to take anything away from Daxton Hill. Daxton Hill's a good player. Really good player. But it's one of those things, I mean, Cincinnati, we saw it. We all know they need offensive line. They're not Giants level bad on the offensive line, but they need offensive line. That's what you need, right? I don't know. How are you feeling, Cincinnati fans? What are you thinking? A safety? Okay. It's like, again, it's not Daxton Hill. Daxton Hill's a very, very, very good player. Just kind of surprised by that. All right, so we have come up to, we have this is the last pick of the first round. This will be the Minnesota Vikings. They made the trade back with Detroit earlier. Let's see. Surprised by the Daxton Hill pick. I'm sorry, that just kind of stunned me for a minute. Daxton Hill, I'm going to just check. Daxton Hill is ranked 37th. So, I mean, it's not crazy. 31, 37. That's not horrible. He's a safety. That's what he is. Super fast. Really, again, it's not him, the player. It's the spot. I'm surprised that you don't take an offensive lineman in that place. The guy that's still out there, he has not been drafted. All the buzz, like all of it. A little bit, no, all of the buzz. Malik Willis. Malik Willis has not been selected. Is Malik Willis the first guy to get drafted tomorrow night? Is he the first player to get drafted tomorrow night? Place your bets. I think you have to, right? You have to go get him. I am surprised. There are so many players that I'm really surprised didn't. Only one quarterback went in the first round. I'm really surprised that there are a lot of players that I'm really surprised are still on the board. Top guys. Yeah, tomorrow night's gonna be a lot of fun. There were a ton of trades tonight. I mean, maybe somebody jumps back up. Who knows? Maybe there's another trade right here. The Vikings, their pick's in. It says their pick is in. Here we go. A lot of purple. A lot of purple and yellow. All right, let's see. A lot of Viking fans. Come on, Jacoby Dean. Just keep dropping, buddy. Jabo will also accept him. He's not going to play this year, probably. Another guy, man, he ruptured Achilles. You just never know. Those ruptured Achilles. Felt bad for him. All right, let's see. They're dancing. We got the purple. All right, that's awesome. So the Vikings have a purple Mandalorian, complete with child on his Baby Yoda on his shoulder. Grogu. Blanked on his name for a second. Yeah, okay. All right. Purple Mandalorian. Go ahead. I like that. I like that. Nice job. Yeah, there's a purple. So yeah, there's one of the Vikings fans dressed up. He's all purple, purpled out Mandalorian mask and outfit and everything, and he's got Grogu on his shoulder. Here we go. Last pick of the first round. Louis Scene. I do not know who that is. I'll be perfectly honest. That is. I'm not. I am surprised. Oh wait, no, I know who he is. I'm sorry. I don't think I've ever seen his name written. Yeah, duh. Again, Georgia player. If you're not sure, it's a Georgia player. Of course it is. Yes, he's their safe. Yes, all right. Yeah. Again, every Georgia player, all the time. I just don't think I've seen his name written, to be honest with you. Yeah. Yeah, and I think he's number 28, if I'm not mistaken, on Georgia's defense. Yeah, he makes all. He's their guy in the second. He's their secondary guy. Again, why is Nakobe Dean, who called all the plays, directed all of these guys, is still on the board? That's just amazing to me. So Lewis, I had just never. I guess I've never paid attention to the way his name is spelled. I looked at it and was like, oh, that doesn't jump out at me. Yeah, okay. All right, so Scene is... What is he ranked? Let me check out Pro Football real quick. They had him... number 26. I mean, they got him number 26. He's one of the most sure-handed tacklers. He's the tackling machine. He doesn't miss. In fact, they have his stats. For his career, he only missed 11 tackles out of 159 attempts. That's crazy. I mean, you always have, and even those, you wonder, like, how much was it one-on-one? Was he getting blocked? In other words, if he gets his hands on you, you're going down. So that's it. There is your 2022 first round. How are you feeling? Like I said, it's draft night. This is supposed to be all the excitement. Jets fans must feel like they won the Super Bowl because it's supposed to going to get probably. No, I'm sorry. That again, Giants fan here. So that everybody, this is the night everybody has that feeling of we're there. You know, with that one piece, we get that one pick. This is the excitement. This is why NFL draft, NBA draft is like a holiday for me, as far as I'm concerned. One of the most exciting nights of the year as far as sports goes. Everybody has a chance. Everybody has that feeling. So hopefully you do too. If so, drop something in the comments for me. Say hello. We'll pop back on. I may be on tomorrow night. I'll talk to my buddy Jared and see if he's going to be able to pop in or not. We may do it on the weekend. We'll kind of play this by ear just a little bit. I am probably going to be out of town Saturday, or not probably. I'm going to be out of town Saturday evening, so we will have to play a little bit by ear, but we'll see. Anyhow, for me and Jared, everybody getting work pod, this is Ian signing off. Everybody, NFL draft has started. We are here. First round's over. Rounds 2 through 7 still to come. Hope you're enjoying it. Later, fam.